Good afternoon. My name is Nyasha Yudaganda. I am a UNISA student currently enrolled for Advanced Diploma in Civil Engineering. I'm here to present my geological geology site investigation. Introduction, the problem statement. A new industrial facility is being proposed in Sunderland Ridge. The industrial facility will include building structures, which will require excavation of approximately 6 meters below natural ground level with a basement and roads and parking bays. This report presents the findings from the investigation and provides information with regard to identifying potential hazards as well as engineering properties of the surface deposits that blankets the site. The scope of this work. The scope of work encompasses a desktop study of the geotechnical nature of the region for the proposed development. The scope of work for the investigation will include the following procedures. We have determination of the site geology, identification of possible problem soils, identification of possible borrow or quarry area for construction materials, assessment of excavation conditions, and methods. We go to site location and topography. Sunderland Ridge is located in Centurion in the city of Tshwane in Gauteng province. The suburb is bordered by the R55 on the western side and M10 on the southern side. The coordinates are as follows. Topography. The site sits at a relatively low point between two hills on the northeast and southwest of the site at an elevation of 1,380 meters above the sea level. The site slopes from west to east at an average rate of 1.8% and 3.4% in the south-north direction. The climate of the site. The site is in Centurion, which is approximately 5 kilometers from the site. The climate is warm and temperate. The summers here have a good deal of rainfall, while the winters have very little to no rain. This location is classified as CWB by Köppen and Giga. The average annual temperature in Centurion is 17.6 degrees Celsius. In a year, the rainfall is 661 millimeters. We go to regional geology. The site lies over the Maumani Formation of the Chunisport Group, which contains dolomitic strata. According to the 1:250,000 West Rand 2628 geological map, the entire site is underlain by sediments. Maumani Formation under the Chunisport Group of the Transvaal Supergroup. The site is underlain by dolomite, chat, and remnants of chat breccia of the Rooigoed Formation. The dolomite-rich Maumani Formation is notorious for its shrinkage and dolline formation that pose a considerable risk to the development of infrastructure and safety of human lives. We move on to method of investigation. We've got two methods of investigation. One is fieldwork, the other one is laboratory testing. On fieldwork, we'll consider dynamic cone penetrometer tests, test pit excavation, rotary core drilling, gravity survey, and percussion borehole drilling. On laboratory testing, we consider particle size distribution and grading, moisture content, Atterberg limits, density and moisture relationships, pH and conductivity, compressibility and potential collapse, triaxial strength test, and CBR. On geotechnical risks that are prone on this site, there is problem soils, excavation, uh, excavatability, groundwater, seismic hazards. Or we also consider commercial sources. It is the aim of the report to satisfy the objectives of the project through the use of economical and readily available material by identifying suitable borrow pits areas and commercial sources of materials near the project site. No borrow pit locations were identified at the writing of this report. Thus, commercial sources are preferred. The materials that shall be required for the proposed development include the following: cement, natural gravel, asphalt, and bitumen. On occupational health was also considered on this geological investigation. Sampling from the test pits or other excavations is potentially a hazardous activity and must only be carried out under the supervision of a competent person and in strict compliance of the occupation health and safety requirements. For guidance in relations of the occupational health safety issues, we referred to the safety of persons working in small diameter shafts and test pits for geotechnical engineering purposes. Code of Practice 2007, SAISC CE Geotechnical Division. Then finally, recommendation and conclusions. A new industrial facility is being proposed in Sunderland Ridge. The industrial facility will include building structures which will require excavations of approximately 6 meters below natural ground level with a basement and roads and parking bays. Desktop study information was gathered from various sources to get a preliminary view of the site. The methods of investigations are therefore recommended to assess the local geology and obtain design parameters values for the foundation and pavements. It is of great importance to follow all geological testing results when designing and also implementing this project. We were able to down important procedures that need to be undertaken. This is my presentation of the geological investigation of the site in Sunderland Ridge for an industrial building that has to be constructed. Thank you.